Hey guys, Boxshot here from the IndieDev.com, and yes, I know I haven't uploaded anything in a couple of months, or 1 month I think. I will be addressing that issue in my upcoming developer blog, but for now, let's get started with another tutorial, because that's what you guys want. Today, we're going to be learning how to recreate the Roadhog mechanics from Overwatch. I didn't include a video because I'm pretty sure you guys know who the fuck is Roadhog and what he does, and if you don't, just look up a couple of videos on YouTube and you'll see his gameplay. So we're gonna be doing this on the first person blueprint template. I'm using the template from the previous tutorials, so that's why there's this house here. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, first we want to make sure we have the projectile. So I'm gonna go here to the projectile, which is basically included in the first person template, and I want to make sure the projectile doesn't have gravity, because we don't want the bullets falling off. So gravity scale, put it to 0. That should make the projectiles continuously move forward and not be affected by gravity, duh. And the speed, we're gonna be going over that pretty soon. I already have the values, the actual values from the Overwatch wiki, so we can recreate the projectile speed and the distance exactly how it is on Overwatch. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the primary and secondary fire. So Roadhog on the primary fire, he basically has a shotgun, a really short range, high spread shotgun. So let's go over to our first person character, your default character, which is this one. You can see that the projectiles don't fall off, so this is a great starting point. So where do we start? So basically, we want to create the spread and the pellets for the projectiles. So again, I'm doing custom events. You can do functions right here on the left side. I'm just keeping it really simple and visible for you guys so you can follow me pretty quickly and then modify it to your taste. So I'm gonna create a custom event, and I'm gonna call this primary fire. So we're gonna create primary fire, another custom event, secondary fire, and we're gonna create the actual projectile. I don't know, kind of spotty on the names, but whatever. Okay, so primary fire, when you shoot, basically you want to spawn 25 projectiles in a randomized cone pattern. On the secondary fire, we want to spawn a giant projectile, which then explodes after crossing 9 meters, which is 900 centimeters, or on real units, and then it spawns the actual projectiles, which is the same amount, the 25 projectiles. Okay. So first, we want to make sure the 25 projectiles are spawned and they're randomized in a cone pattern. So the way we're going to do this, first, we're going to copy this over, this transform from the default like projectile stuff in the blueprint. We're gonna copy this just so we don't have to do it over again, and put it here. That's our transform. Now let me fix this a little bit. So sphere, yes, move this a little bit here. put an additional node here just for clarity. And we're gonna spawn, well, actually, let's call it 1. And then we're gonna create the secondary fire projectile, which is gonna be a little bit bigger. So let's leave it like that. So spawn projectile 1. Well, scrap gun projectile. So on shoot projectile, wait, we're not done yet. We want to spawn 25 projectiles. To do that easily, we're gonna just put a simple for loop, with the first index being 0 and the last index being 24, which is basically 25. And on each loop body, you're going to spawn the projectile. Now, we want to randomize spawn location in a cone. I think Unreal already includes that. Let me see, cone, random unit vector in cone. Perfect. I'm gonna put just a random number, 75 to start off, and we're gonna connect this vector here, and then we're gonna connect this to here. I haven't done this before, just doing it on the fly, so I might go back and edit if it doesn't work correctly. So the scale, let's just leave it like that. Yep, put that here. Always spawn, ignore collisions, and let's quickly see if it works. So input action primary fire, just delete that. It's kind of messy. Yeah, so on primary fire, let me quickly clean this up. Delete this, we don't need this. So we want to play the fire animation, and then we want to shoot projectile, and then we want to play the projectile sound. Let's see if that works. Okay, so that didn't work out correctly. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to take the rotation from the camera, we're gonna break that rotator, and we're gonna randomize each different float value to produce the randomized spread. So how do we do this? Basically, break rotator, make rotator. Now, every single value we're gonna add. Let's copy paste this. And here. Okay, now for each different value we're gonna rand float and range, and we're gonna create quickly, just to test it, weapon spread mount. Gonna make that a float. Compile, we're gonna set a default value of 15 just for testing. We're gonna plug that in here. So that's gonna be the positive value. The negative value, we're gonna first multiply this by -1, which should make the value negative. Now we are going to put that there. We're going to create another set of this, put it here, another set of this, and put it there. It's kind of messy and amateurish, but I just want to get straight to the point. Later on you can refine this and make it a little bit more compact and not that messy. So we're gonna connect the end rotator to the rotation of the projectile, and that should randomize every single bullet. Now we're gonna compile, and before trying it out, we're gonna go over to our projectile. We're gonna go to the collision component, and we're gonna make sure on the right side here that we ignore collision with other projectiles. That way the projectile, when it spawns, it's not going to delete because they all spawn at the same time from the same location. So we want to make sure they don't collide with each other. So compile that, and let's go back. Let's see how that works. Let me quick fire. And that works nicely. Kind of slow, but we're gonna go over the speed part a little bit later on. Okay, so we got the spread. I want to quickly spawn particle. This is on the projectile. Just want to make it look a little bit better when it collides. So hit location, gonna connect that there, leave the rotation like that. We're gonna spawn an explosion effect when we collide with something, and then we're gonna destroy the actor. Okay, let's quickly see if that works. And it's kind of performance heavy, but it should work for what we're trying to do. Okay, so we got the basic projectile stuff done. Let me delete this, and this, and this. So we got our messy spread projectile functionality going on. Quickly comment this, projectile. Okay, so we got our primary fire done. So primary fire, shoot projectile. We should call this shoot primary projectile. Like I said, put whatever names you want. I'm not going fancy with the names, the way we organize everything. I just want you guys to learn the mechanics and then implement them your own way. Okay, we got the primary fire done. Let's quickly adjust the projectile velocity to match the actual values from Overwatch. So we're gonna go over projectile, our first projectile, the default one, and we're gonna go over to the speed, and we're gonna set max speed. The primary fire is 57 meters per second, which translates to 5,700 centimeters. We're gonna copy this over to our initial speed, so we want the speed to be consistent. Let's see how that looks. So that's the exact speed of Roadhog's projectiles in Overwatch. Perfect. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that subscribe button and follow me on my social media, especially Instagram. See you on the next one.